dear students, in this video we are going to discuss the continuity of architecture of circulation of liver. So here in the previous class we discussed the different portals, different channels of the hepatic globules. So one is a portal artery, one is hepatic artery, portal, next portal vein, then bile duct and also some lymph vessels. So these are the portal tetrads. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నట్టుగానే మనం యాజ్ యూజువల్ వి డిస్కస్డ్ ఇన్ దిస్ వన్ ఈ బ్లడ్ సర్క్యులేషన్, the total blood circulation transported towards the inferior vena cava. But in the same diagram, so we want to see the lymph ducts. So wherever the lymph ducts are there, from the total lymph ducts are opens into the our GIT tract. How they are open into GIT tract we will see in 1 minute. So total lymphatic ducts, these lymphatic ducts, total lymphatic ducts are form a two types of ducts. So that is a right hepatic duct, right hepatic duct and left hepatic duct. So the corner, every corner of the hepatic globules consists of hepatic bile ducts. Those bile ducts are opens into two types of ducts. From the right side, that is right hepatic duct, open as the right hepatic duct. From the left side, that is a left hepatic duct. So if you observe, the blood is transported to the general circulation. The bile which is secreted by the hepatocytes are transported towards the gastrointestinal tract, which is helpful for the emulsified fats number of and the participation of your digestive system. So for our confirmation, for our clarification, I will draw the diagram neatly. So first and foremost, the bile salts, bile pigments and bile is secreted from the hepatocytes. So those hepatocytes on the right hepatic duct, left hepatic duct are described in this diagram. So we will observe simply. So first and foremost, this is our liver. So actually bilobed liver. From the bilobed liver, and also this is our esophagus, stomach region, duodenum part, then this is large intestine. So from the liver we will get two ducts. Those are hepatic ducts as you see in the previous. So first and foremost, all the capillaries from the bile ducts, they fuse to form a right hepatic duct. This is a right hepatic duct. And also from the left side of the lobe, left lobe of the liver, we will get a left hepatic duct. So one is a right hepatic duct, another one is a left hepatic duct. This is a right hepatic duct where the bile is drained from the hepatic globules. So here there is a one part, that is a gallbladder where the bile stores. So in this region we will see gallbladder. This gallbladder opens into the right and left hepatic ducts fused to form that is common hepatic duct. This part is called as common hepatic duct. So let's denote them. First and foremost, this is a left hepatic duct. This is right hepatic duct. This part is called as gallbladder. So right and left lobes are, right and left ducts are fused to form common hepatic duct. This is a common hepatic duct. So bile is transported like this. The bile is stored in the gallbladder. This duct is called as, where the gallbladder duct is called as cystic duct. Cystic duct. Duct is nothing but a tube-like structure which transports secretions. So from this region we will see the concavity of duodenum, there is a pancreas. So in this region we will see pancreas. So pancreatic region. So pancreas. So pancreas also have a duct where pancreatic juices releases. That is a pancreatic duct. This is a pancreatic duct. Pancreatic duct. So this common hepatic duct transports bile and joins in our GAT from behind our duodenal region. So joins in the duodenum cavity and also mixed with the pancreatic duct. So this is the region where pancreatic duct and hepatic duct. This is called, so there are mixing of two ducts. One is a liver duct, that is a common hepatic duct. Then pancreatic duct is there. So both are fused to form hepatopancreatic duct. This is the region. Hepatopancreatic duct. Hepatopancreatic duct. So the bulged parts where hepatopancreatic ducts are open, that is called as ampulla of Vater. Ampulla of Vater. Very, very important for neat diagrammatic representations. So they will ask where what are the ducts that are open into liver, what are the ducts that are open into the duodenum region. So they are asking diagrammatic representation. They simply rub these parts and they want to identify them. So this region which is ampulla of Vater, then the duct which is present in the ampulla of Vater is a sphincter of Oddi. Sphincter of Oddi. So this opens finally into the our GAT, gastrointestinal tract. So from the liver, bile juices, from the pancreatic juices, all are open into our small intestinal region, that is gastrointestinal region, GIT. So let's recall one time. So first and foremost, the total two lobes are from the right lobe. From the right lobe we will get a right hepatic duct. From the left lobe we will get left hepatic duct, both fused to form a common hepatic duct. So bile is stored in this region, gallbladder. Gallbladder duct is called as a cystic duct. So total 3 ducts are open to form a common hepatic duct. This common hepatic duct transports and passes behind the stomach region, then opens into the pancreatic duct. The pancreatic duct and hepatic duct fused to form a hepatopancreatic duct. So the bulged part of hepatopancreatic duct region, that is ampulla of Vater. The sphincter, where the presence of sphincter in this region, that is a sphincter of Oddi. The pancreatic juices all are secreted in this region, so automatically digestion takes place with the help of these juices. So this is the ductic bile circulation towards our GAT. So let's discuss hepatocytes in our liver. In yesterday classes we see that circulation, but in this class we are going to discuss hepatic cytes. Hepatocytes. Liver cells are called as hepatocytes. So before going to that one, we will discuss what are the portals in this hepatic lobules. So hepatic lobules consist of hepatic artery, portal vein, bile duct, and also lymphatic vessels. From this region, total maximum blood is transported. So here yesterday we say hepatic cords. I already told you hepatic cords consist of number of hepatocytes. Hepatocytes are this. Parenchymal cells of liver is called as hepatocytes. They are large cells. So how they are situated in our hepatic region we will see in a minute. So classical lobules, actually classical lobules. So it is better to draw here. This is classical lobule. In this classical lobule, so liver, consists of millions of hepatocytes with their arrangement. I just want to change the color of hepatic lobules. Then in the middle of the every hepatic lobule, we all know, but just I want to recall one time. So one central vein is located. So every corner of the hepatic lobule, we will say one hepatic artery, one portal, vein, hepatic duct, then lymphatic vessel. So these are two drainage systems. These are the pumping to the blood towards the central vein. So as we discussed, here we will see the sinusoids. Sinusoids are arranged like this. Now I don't want to draw total channels for every corner. So it is already over in the previous class. Just we want to see in this class only hepatocytes. So you all know these are all sinusoids. Sinus means sinusoids. Sinus is a singular word. So actually these sinuses are made up of with the endothelial cells. But the problem is endothelium cells are pretty much leaky. Endothelial cells. So there are some fenestrations. So fenestration. So how they are arranged in this sinusoids? The endothelial cells are like this. Endothelium cell. From this region, so plasma leaks out. This endothelium consists of basal lamina in this region. Basal lamina. So and also in this region, we'll see polyhedral hepatic cords and polyhedral hepatocytes. So one side faces towards the sinusoids, other side there is a canal where bile is transported. So these are hepatocytes. The region between two sinusoid, the region between hepatic cords and the sinusoid, that is a space of disc. Actual location of the hepatocytes, hepatic cords. So there is a big nucleus in the hepatocytes. So here we will see endothelial cells. Along with endothelial cells, on the walls of endothelial cells, we have seen actually that is phagocytic cells of liver. Those are Kupffer cells. So these are phagocytic cells. So monocytes, fixed phagocytes on the endothelial cells. So Kupffer cells filtering toxins and a different type of particles. So whatever the dangerous lysosomes, whatever the unwanted material, so enter into these sinusoids, they are eaten by, they are phagocytosed by Kupffer cells. The Kupffer cells are situated in this location. So if you want to see the one hepatocyte structure, so those are compactly packed. So in between this there is a bilirubin canal. So that bilirubin canal secretes a bile. How they are arranged, we'll see in detail. So first and foremost, in the hepatic cords, from the hepatic cords I want to take two hepatocytes. So those hepatocytes are arranged like this. So first and foremost, this is a sinusoids region. So sinusoid region made up of with the endothelial cells. These endothelial cells have some leakages. This one endothelial layer. Beneath the endothelial layer, there is a basal lamina. This is basal lamina. So basal lamina, beneath the basal lamina, we will see space. So actually, this is sinusoid region. This is the lining of sinusoid. Those are endothelial cells. then basal lamina is there. So space of DC. After this, we'll see hepatocytes. Hepatocytes are the regions. This is our hepatocyte, one hepatocyte cell. So they have large nucleus. In this we will see nucleus is like this, large nucleus. On the surface of hepatocytes there are some villi, so they are helpful for the increase of surface area. This is a villi of hepatocytes. So these are villi of hepatocytes. So in between this there is a cavity. Actually they are not fixed like this. So in between this the walls are started as tight junctions. This is also started as tight junctions in between. So here we will see tight junctions. So this is also tight junction. Here we will see the canal. Both the fusion of two walls form a canal, that is a bilirubin canaliculi. Bilirubin canaliculi. So how the bile is secreted, we want to see one example. Actually spleen destruct the RBC. Destruct the RBC reach to the spleen. So remnants of RBC consist of hemoglobin breakdown. Hemoglobin breakdown gives bilirubin. Actually from this region bilirubin enters into the surface of the hepatocytes. This bilirubin enters into this region with the help of some transporters. This bilirubin is mixed with the glucuronic acid. So after glucuronic acid, the bilirubin called as conjugated bilirubin. So automatically after conjugated becomes conjugated, this bilirubin transport with the help of transporters into this region. So now the bile is secreted from this region, from the hepatocytes. Bile is secreted. So first and foremost, this region is a sinusoids. These are sinus, single cavity sinus. It is a endothelium layer. Now the plasma enters into this region. This is called as a space of Disc. This part is a basal lamina. So the conjugated bilirubin with the bilirubin mixed with glucuronic acid forms a conjugated bilirubin. This conjugated bilirubin enters into bilirubin canal. So this canalicule secretes the bile. So one example for how the hepatocytes are working. Now we will discuss what are the major functions that are conducted by bile juice. So bile juice లో ఉన్నటువంటి కాంపోజిషన్ ఏంటనేది మనం చూస్తాం. What are the major functions? So first and foremost, if you want to say the bile juice, the bile components are obviously from the hepatocytes bile is secreted first and foremost. Then the bile secretes from some phospholipids, then lecithin, cholesterol, immunoglobulin A for destruction of different type of chemicals, different type of unwanted material, immunoglobulin A, and also bile acids, bile salts. Those are bile acids or bile salts. So let's correct this one, bile salts. So bile acids or bile salts are one is a cholic acid, next one quinodeoxycholic acid, another one is a quinodeoxycholic acid. Actually composition, the bile secretes, bile hepatocytes and bile consist of bile. Actually hepatocyte secretes bile, then phospholipids, then lecithin, cholesterol, immunoglobulin A, bile acids, those are cholic acid and quinodeoxycholic acid. Bile also, hepatocytes also modifies vitamin D. Actually it is the hepatocytes hydroxylase the vitamin D. Hepatocytes hydroxylase the vitamin D. So actually vitamin D secretes in the form of polycalciferol. This polycalciferol is modified by the hepatocytes into 25 hydroxy polycalciferol. 25 hydroxy polycalciferol in the liver. So this 25 hydroxy polycalciferol enters into kidney. Kidney cells convert this 25 polycalciferol again hydroxylized with the help of one number carbon. So now it is called as 125 dihydroxy polycalciferol. Now it is fully active, so automatically maintain calcium. So the major diseases relates to the liver. One is bile, another one is alternation of this type of mechanism. In this mechanism, is there any changes, automatically the diseases are relates with one is vitamin D deficiency, another one is common liver diseases. So vitamin D, hepatocytes convert them polysaccharol into 25 hydroxy polysaccharol. This 25 hydroxy polysaccharol enters into kidney cell. Those kidney cells transfer this one one carbon 25 dihydroxy polysaccharol, which is fully active. It is now active for our working. So these are the some functions to denote our hepatocytes, the working. So one example is working of hepatocytes. Actually hepatocytes consist of a big nucleus. So there are so many mitochondria, peroxisome, rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Number of lysosomes are present in hepatocytes. So thank you for watching.